Hi everybody, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to answer some questions that we've had from our viewers, but before we get started, I'd really appreciate it if you can smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The first question we have today is from our friend Kenneth Steelhammer, and his question was, do you ever visit good old England? I came to New Zealand when I was 15, came with my family. And I have been back to England a few times for holidays and to visit family, but I probably haven't been back for about 20 years. The last time I went back was to spend some time with my grandmother, and that was really nice, and visit relatives. So I hope that answers your question. Another question we have today is from Prince Louis Dog Life. And the question was, does Arya love car rides or road trips? Arya loves to go in the car, and we call our car the Arya Speedwagon. So she pretty much goes everywhere with us, and she really loves going in the car. Whenever she realizes she's going out on a trip, she knows she'll be going in the car. We haven't really been on a long road trip with her, but I'm sure she'd be fine and she'd really enjoy it. So yeah, that answers your question. She loves going into the car. The rest of the questions are from our lovely friend Tiffany. Tiffany and the Shih Tzu is the name of her channel. Hi Tiffany and your lovely dog Joy. So the first question is, how often does Arya dig in the yard? Does she help with the gardening, and does she like to bury her toys? She only really digs in the yard when she buries food. She likes to bury little dog treats, and as you've seen in the video, she likes to bury her pig's ear, things that she did quite big for her. Yeah, anything that's bigger than her normal dog food, anything that's bigger than her normal dog food, she buries it in the garden, and she likes to go and dig it up later. I haven't seen her bury any toys in the garden though. It's just usually food. Does she help with the gardening? If you can call it helping. She likes to go out in the garden, but she usually just follows whoever's in the garden around. She doesn't usually help. She just sits there watching us, really, doesn't she?
Yep. Unemployed freeloader.
She's the unemployed freeloader, as Steve is saying. Steve's just sitting here next to Arya so that Arya will stay where she is rather than running off like she did last time. So I hope that answers those questions, Tiffany. Now, the next question was, do you get any earthquakes where you are, and does Arya feel them? We do get earthquakes in New Zealand. We actually get a lot of small earthquakes. And then sometimes we will get obviously a bigger one. We in Rotorua do get earthquakes here, but touch wood, we haven't had a large earthquake while we've been living here. We've only been here, is it 3 years now, love? 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
2.5 years, and I have never felt an earthquake while I've been here. The only time I felt an earthquake was when I lived in Auckland, and that was a very tiny one, and it just felt like we were just sitting watching TV, and it felt like a truck had banged into the side of the house or something like that. It was a big shake and a big noise, but that was only a small tremor. Would you call them tremors?
Yeah, tremor.
That was only a small tremor. We have had some very big earthquakes in New Zealand, but thankfully it's never been in an area where I've been living, and Ari hasn't experienced an earthquake while we've been living here with her, so we don't really know the answer to that question because we haven't experienced that while we've been living here. So that's another question. Thank you, Tiffany, for all your lovely questions. Now, the next one from Tiffany is, how often do the three of you get to visit active geothermal areas, and does Arya like the sulphur springs? Arya probably gets to experience the smell of the sulphur and geothermal areas every day, because Steve takes her for a walk every morning, and quite often they go around the outside, not the actual golf course, but the walk around the golf course, and that has lots of steaming lakes and mud pools, so that wherever we go here, really, there's that. And when we first moved here, we could smell the sulphur in the air all the time, but now we're pretty much used to it. So people will come and visit us and mention the smell, and we don't really notice it anymore unless it's very strong. So yeah, I think Ari would be used to the smell and it's just normal for her. Okay, that's another question answered for Tiffany. And now I'll just turn over my page, because Tiffany has been very good and given us lots of questions. Okay, so the next question I have is, what kind of critters do you chase when you're outside, Arya? Arya really likes birds, I would say. Would you say that's right, love?
Yep.
But she doesn't really chase them, does she? The only thing she chases is our neighbour's cats. I haven't seen her chase anything else. But she's very interested in birds. And we also have a hedgehog in the garden at the moment, and at night time she goes out there sniffing, and I know that she's sniffing the hedgehog because I've previously seen the hedgehog out there earlier. So yeah, I haven't really seen her chase anything apart from the cats. What is it? What's in there? What's in there? What's in there? Oh! Arya! It's a bird. Another question from Tiffany. Do you have the same poisonous critters that Australia has? No. Thankfully, no. We don't have any snakes in New Zealand, and we do have poisonous spiders, but they're not huge, big spiders like you find in Australia. Steve would tell you about that, because you would have seen big spiders in Australia.
Yeah.
We do have poisonous spiders here, but they're not big. So it would be very unusual for you to be going about your normal everyday business and to encounter a poisonous spider, put it that way. You probably have to be out in the bush somewhere, wouldn't you? Now, the next question is for both of us, love, for
All right.
Karen and Steve, from, wait for it, Tiffany. The geology of New Zealand is fascinating. Earthquakes, geothermal features, volcanic history. I know Lake Rotorua is an old volcano caldera. What other cool things in your area? Well, I could do a whole video about that, actually, because we live in one of New Zealand's tourist areas, so there's lots to do here. I'll just include some video footage to show you some of the places we intend to go at some stage. So as you can see, there's many attractions here in Rotorua, and we will be visiting a few of them. The latter ones were places that you can visit, but we wouldn't be able to take Arya there with us. So thank you very much for all the questions. I will put links to the people who asked the questions in the description section, so you can go and check them out. So have a happy Easter if you celebrate. We'll be spending Easter at home, having a nice relaxing time, and Karen will be eating lots of chocolate. If you have any further questions, leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them in the next question answer video. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.